Morning from me, B. It's the fourth sunny day of the year. So today I want to talk about catalysts, enzymes. There's been a lot of news recently about the discovery of this new enzyme that's been found that manages to break down PET bottles. I was just listening to it on the radio. Don't know too much about it, but in a nutshell, since the BBC Attenborough documentary, there seems to be a lot more interest from not only just government bodies, but those individuals such as supermarkets and manufacturing bodies of packaging on moving into a place of which is more eco-aware. And why not? It should have happened 10, 15, 20 years ago. But like most things, we like to bury our head in the sand when it conveniences us, and we avoid certain uncomfortable topics like what is the future effect? What is going to happen if we do not change or we continue with? So there's been this enzyme found at the bottom of a garbage recycling plant, which seems to be breaking down bottles at a pretty quick rate. It's an enzyme, and it's exciting. I hope the scientists utilise it in a positive way. Do not think that it's something that we can just introduce into our oceans and suddenly all the plastics can. There are chain reactions. There are reactions. There are actions. But the reason this triggered a thought for me was on the basis that we have many catalysts, and I would consider myself a catalyst. I just speed up the process between two things, between my clients and their objectives and goals. The possibility, the ability of those individuals is there. It's there within us all. You could say that we are the enzyme. We are the thing that has the ability, and there are multiple enzymes within the body, whether in the brain or the gut. This isn't a science lesson. We have the ability to utilize our environment, the stuff out there, utilizing what we have in here. The problem is for most individuals is that they see the two, or past, future, you being the catalyst, joining the two together. So you being the problem for most is that they see the two, either past and future or external into, as two completely divided things. The truth of the matter is that we just need something to happen in order for us to make the connection to work. And ultimately the role of an enzyme, or the ability of an enzyme, is to speed up the process between those two things, whether it be the breakdown of plastic based on, again, the environment that it's in. Replicating the environment, adding the enzyme and adding the plastic. So the environment conditions and the plastic allow this enzyme to work in a really effective and positive way, which there is a reaction. Yeah, we just have to work out where we are best suited. And the catalyst can be an event. It could be a temperature that causes that reaction. It could be the motivation. It could be one word that is given to you or you hear. It could be the completion of an event. Certainly for me, I look at us as being versions of self. And if I track back to the various versions of me, I know at each stage where I decided to become the next version, what the catalyst was. The last catalyst for me was the completion of the Ironman event. That was 3 years ago. Not time sensitive. Some of those variations, some of those versions of us take a little bit longer than others. For some, it is achieving a financial figure. The realization then comes in that they actually can achieve that, therefore reaching the next financial target is not an issue. It's key for all of us to live in that space of understanding that there are unlimited possibilities out there. It's important for all of us to realise that there are unlimited possibilities out there. That everything that we see others doing within certain limitations and boundaries, we have the ability to replicate. In the coaching world, you hear a lot of people talking about modelling, looking at those individuals that are already achieving what you want and then replicating that. Well, I kind of agree with that, but it's always going to be difficult to replicate something when those two things, in order for that enzyme, that practice, that strategy to work, are going to be completely different. There are just too many conditions outside of that you don't control. Certainly look at how that individual, if they were the enzyme, what conditions they needed in order to do or become or have what they have. Avoid the temptation just to replicate, because it's not going to happen. Thinking of businesses 20, 30, 40 years ago relying on the yellow pages, the local directories, ensuring that print advertising was key for local and small businesses. Now we have social media adverts. So if you are the enzyme and you need certain conditions, or you are in between those two things in order to speed up that process, you've got to ask yourself really a couple of questions, and that is, what is going to be your catalyst? What is going to be your trigger? It's okay not to know that. It's okay not to know what's going to allow you to be or move from version 1.0 to 2.0, or from 4 to 5. But if you are being that version of you right now, and there has not been evolution, there has not been a change, a shift in the space of which you are now, then I think it's time that you really should be looking at what you should be doing. And it may not be easy, but that's okay too. It may not be easy, it may not be straightforward. That's just standard. The thing is, you don't want standard. Standard isn't exciting. Version 1 is not exciting. If you look at films, irrelevant of how great version 1 is, if people have bought into that, the release of version 2 will be more exciting. It doesn't matter how good the second film is. If you have bought into version 1, you're going to want to go to that version 2. The invitation really is, where is version 2 for you? Where is version 3? What does that look like? What do you need, either based on proof from another strategy, to become that effective enzyme? I don't know how true this is, I can't remember, but enzymes can work up to 1 to the power of 17, I think. If you look at the evolution planet, that's like 1 to the power of 16. I'm sure it was those numbers. But that is pretty scary, the fact that when two environments are aligned and an enzyme, when you are present, you have the ability to manifest into something, change some, choose something at a speed which supports a positive direction. So the invitation today is to find a catalyst. 1, find the things that you need to get started, to speed up the process. Understand what you want and how that reaction might take place. You don't need to go big. It can be a small step, something very small, to the point where today it seems insignificant. That's the beauty of evolution. That's the beauty of change. That's the beauty of getting started. It's that there is a direction, a movement forward, where you will be able to reap the rewards and benefits as that one change manifests into something greater.